Let's take a look at how you graded the rest of the AFC. We'll start with the Ravens, the AFC North, rather. How'd you grade the Ravens?
The Ravens, I gave them a B plus in this draft. Now, obviously, I thought they had a pretty good first round, getting Rashad Bateman at 27, Jason Owe at 31. I thought it wasn't a spectacular day, but it was a good day. Day three, I thought they absolutely nailed Tylan Wallace, Sean Wade, Dalen Hayes, Ben Mason. They had a great day three. I think day two was one of the question marks for me. And Brandon Stevens in particular, pick number 104. This was a guy I had about 240 on my top 300. So I thought that was a huge reach. It was a good draft. I'm not going to say it was a great draft, but they certainly got a lot of needs filled. They needed a more physical receiver to play opposite Hollywood Brown. They got that in Bateman. They needed a more pass rushing depth. They got that in Owe. Wade was a steal. I think Tylan Wallace is going to be very fun to watch from a Baltimore perspective in their fourth round. So it was a pretty solid weekend for the Ravens. Not as good as 2020, but still not a bad weekend whatsoever.
Yeah, they seem to nail it from the third round on in the draft, and I think the Browns are going to start getting that way because they know what type of player they're looking for. Let's talk a little bit about the Steelers. How'd you grade them?
Steelers, I actually gave them the lowest grade in the division. I gave them a B, and it's not so much about who they took. I mean, I think Najee Harris is going to be a pain for the Browns for the next 5 years. I think he's that good. But their biggest need by far was the offensive line, and they did not address that until the 87th pick with Kendrick Green, the interior lineman from Illinois, who's probably going to be a center. They took another lineman in the fourth round, Dan Moore from Texas A&M. I thought they waited too long to address the position. They went for another tight end and Pat Freiermuth in the second. I liked Freiermuth, even though he's had some injury issues. But I think going for a second tight end when you could have taken a tackle there, I know there were some decent guys still on the board in that area, but I just look at those needs. They had to fix that offensive line. Maurkice Pouncey was retiring. You lost one of your tackles already gone to free agency. The other, Alejandro Villanueva, might still be gone. He might sign somewhere else. You have to find a way to protect your quarterback, well, no matter who it's going to be, because I know Ben Roethlisberger is not getting any younger. I don't know how many more years he's got, but this was a big missed opportunity for them. Now, Najee Harris can certainly be a Pro Bowler. We know their success in drafting skill players, but again, a missed opportunity knocks this grade down for me.
Yeah, and again, offensive line, they've been known for that for a long, long time. We'll wrap it up with your grade for the Cincinnati Bengals. What'd you think of the Bengals draft?
I gave them a B plus. I was originally critical of the Jamar Chase selection. I actually texted one of my college roommates who is a Bengals fan. He said he wanted Chase over Sewell because, quote, this is a quote from him, Sewell has T-Rex arms. Now, I kind of disagree with the assessment. I would have gone Sewell because I don't know if you can have too many good offensive linemen to protect Joe Burrow after what happened against Washington. But I do give the Bengals credit for turning around and really hammering away at offensive line depth. Jackson Carman in the second round looks like he's going to be an interior guy. Deontay Smith from East Carolina, developmental prospect at tackle. Trey Hill, the center, probably needs a little time as well, but more depth over there. Chase, of course, adds another great receiver to Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and gives them another number one after A.J. Green left in free agency. Joseph Osai went to the Bengals. I think he's got a good chance to replace some of what they lost in Carlos Dunlap getting older. Obviously, this was a draft where they wanted it to bolster the line, and they really made an emphasis of that. So they did a good job after day one of having a plan in place. It seemed like they did have a plan, which was important. You kind of had to wait to see it unfold. It didn't look great early on, but I liked how they finished.